Hey guys, this is Bug Weasel. Doing a video today on magazine capacity and my opinion about it. And I think it's going to be a little bit different than a lot of people's opinion about it because you tend to have people on one extreme or the other. And while I am pro Second Amendment, and I believe that there shouldn't be a limit on you owning guns, I do believe that there are certain limits that could be reasonable. And I think that probably there's some moderate people out there who would like to see some of those reasonable gun regulations exist, like for instance making it easier for the police to stop criminals from getting guns by having an adequate database, so on and so forth. One of the other things that I think I want to throw out there, and I'm guessing I'm going to get some feedback that people are going to be negative. There are going to be some people who are negative about it, but I think it's a reasonable, let's say, compromise for gun regulation. So here it is. You've got the camp that says 10 rounds and no more in a magazine. I brought my gun out because I wanted to bring the magazine out. Let me just show you that it's empty. Let me zoom in here and I will show you that you can see the little orange in there. That's an empty magazine. Take that out and nothing in the chamber, okay? But getting back to what I was talking about, basically you've got the camp that says 10 rounds is the California rule. I don't understand how 10 rounds, I guess they just figured it's a round number and they chose 10 rounds. I don't know, but it's kind of silly. And the reason I think it's silly, and I think one of the reasons it probably bothers a lot of people in California who own guns, is because they have a magazine like this one, and this one's a 15-round magazine, and then somebody has to put something in it or do something to it to make it a 10-round magazine. They know everybody else in the whole world has a 15-round magazine, and that's how many will fit in this, I won't use the one that's loaded, but in this gun, and that you can just take the magazine, it sits in there flush, you feel good about your magazine because it is being used the way it was designed for the gun. The gun holds 15 rounds. This is a PX4 Storm. You can get, it's a compact size, but I believe you can get a Glock that holds 17 in a compact size. I'm not sure. And you can get a full size in this that'll hold 17, and then I think there's a full-size Glock that holds 19, and that's regular old, plain old, gun. No extended magazine, just the regular magazine. So then you've got the camp that says there's no such thing as an extended magazine. As many bullets as I can fit, as long as they can make it. If it drops to the floor, that's just the magazine. Why are you going to limit the amount of bullets I can have in a magazine? And of course, the opposition's argument is a couple of the latest mass killings where someone showed up with extended magazines that held X amount. You had the killer who tried to kill Gabby Giffords, Congresswoman Gabby Giffords, who used an extended magazine. You had this latest thing in, I believe, is it Arizona, Colorado, where the guy had the 100-round magazine, but it failed to function at some point. And I guess, at that point he left instead of trying to fix it or switch it out or whatever. So they're saying, well, if we just had 10-round magazines, the most people who could die is 10 rounds. Well, that's silly. That's the opinion of people who don't shoot guns and they don't know what a tactical reload is and how that works. So I can understand the people who are gun owners being upset about it, and I can understand if you're not a gun owner and you're saying, well, you can't kill 10 people at a time with a knife. This is a machine that actually causes people to kill a lot of people. I also understand that somebody, this guy who shot up the movie theater had explosives at his house. He could have found another way to kill a lot of people, and so the argument seems moot. So here's my idea, and then I'm going to get off this video. What if the law said that a gun magazine could have the amount of bullets that it's supposed to hold? that it's supposed to function the way the gun was designed. Now, one of the problems with that is gun makers would simply design longer grips on a gun. I mean, that's what I would do if I was a gun owner and I had people who wanted 30 bullets. I'd just make a really long handle on it, maybe. But you could use historical information to set amounts that were reasonable for this magazine. So let's say, again, for the last, let's look at the last 10 years, 9mm capacity, the average is 17. 17 would be it. They could make a 17 round. That would be the maximum. You could make less, but that would be the maximum. So if that were, and I'm not saying that's what it should be, I'm saying, just for the sake of example, then every 9mm would be allowed 17 rounds. Okay? You would every gun maker could make a magazine and a gun with a handle on it that would make every person who bought that gun feel like they had a magazine that was completely and utterly working. It didn't have anything special on it that would make it shorter. It wouldn't have anything on it that would block you from putting anything extra in it. It would just be the functional gun, the way it was designed to work. Okay? So each caliber obviously would have a different amount, and you would be limited to, 445. I don't know what the capacity in, say, an HK is, double stack, but they've been out for a while, so whatever that is, 10, 11, 12, then that would be the limit. Since that's what most people who own guns have. The vast majority of people, quite frankly, aren't buying these 30-round extended magazines. Some people are, and I understand you want to keep being able to do that, but in the interest of compromise, this is my idea. So, 9mm would carry that many. I think my 40 caliber would carry 12, plus one in the chamber, and on down the line. But again, I think the thing is that if I had to buy something and it made it so this 15-round magazine didn't hold 15 rounds, I wouldn't be very happy about it. Or if they had to buy a special magazine, which wasn't the magazine that everybody else got, so to make sure that it only held 10 rounds, I wouldn't be very happy about it. And so I think that would be a compromise that people could live with. I guess you're gonna tell me what I think, whether I like it or not. I'm not gonna shut off the comments. But this is Pug Weasel. You have a nice evening.